Alright, so I'm using my usual favourite eyeliner. This is the Inglot eyeliner. And now tape. And this is probably my favourite primer for a neutral coloured look. This is the Paint Pot in Soft Ochre from MAC. And I'm just going to use some translucent powder to take the tackiness off the paint pot. Don't let that go onto the eyelid though. Makes it a lot easier to blend into the crease. Using this shade here. This is my usual transition shade. This is from the Morphe 35W palette. Now I'm going to mention that this looks amazing on blue eyes, and I even tried to put my contacts in this morning, but it just wasn't a happening thing. This one, I got it in, but it was really irritable, like I was actually crying, and this one just wouldn't happen, so contacts weren't a thing. So just imagine this in blue eyes. Imagine this. Taking a flat brush and the lighter shade in this palette. Most of the colours are from this palette. And then I'm going to go back in with the transition colour. And all these colours are matte as well. Anyway, then to this colour. And then I'm going to use a pencil brush to make that a little bit more concentrated. But before I build it up too much, I'm going to blend that. Now for glitter, so I'm using the designer brand's glitter liner in silver. That's going to act as my base. And for the actual glitter, I'm going to be using the Inglot Body Sparkles in 59. And this is some shit you don't want to spill. taking my absolute favourite gel eyeliner. As usual, this is the Inglot eyeliner gel in 77. And I'm going to be taking the Maybelline Master Precise Liquid Liner. Just grabbing more tape to take off the extra glitter around my eyes. Alright, primer. I'm using my Kat Von D Lock-It Featherweight Primer, which is probably my favourite primer at the moment. I've struggled to find one that I've liked for quite some time. And that's just how you close it. And when you take, I don't know how I did get there. One of those, oh, there you go. You can see that there. It's one of those tubes where you can see how much you've used, which is actually quite a lot. I've used about a third of it. The brush, by the way, is from Zoeva, and it's the 104 Buffer. And my absolute favourite foundation. I've tried so many different ones, but I've always managed to go back to this. This is the Inglot YSN Cream Foundation in shade 41. I actually don't do a thick coverage. And for spots and things like that, not that, I actually feel like I'm kind of lucky in that sense. I like to use, this is from Ellis Bass, this is the concealer in S202. I'm not certain of the name, but I did buy one of those, and I have an eyeshadow, which is relevant, but this is a great concealer. And I'm using a damp blending sponge. This is just a BYS dupe. This is the $5 one compared to $20 for the actual beauty blender itself. And I am using my absolute favourite concealer. This is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW20. And that's, you know, the highlighting concealer. I'm going to use this powder from Inglot. It's the mattifying loose powder. And I'm just using it underneath. I'm basically using it now just to, I've only got a little bit left, I'm just using the last of it. A bit chalky though. I'm going to go back under the eyes. Going to use, this is Milani Shadow Eyes. It's actually an eyeshadow, but I'm going to use it because I personally like quite a dark waterline. And now in the inner corner I'm going to be using my favourite highlight. This is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. And so now I'm just going to take a medium toned colour this week under the eyes. I like to look up into a mirror to do it. And taking the same shade that I put in the crease. So I'm going to put some mascara on my bottom lashes, but I'm not going to put any mascara on my top lashes until I put my false lashes on. And this is Ico's Black Magic mascara, and this is my absolute favourite mascara at the moment. And I'm just going to use some Hoola bronzer just over the, basically, and this is a tip from Sam Chapman, you only use bronzer where you'd probably get sunburnt. You don't use it as a bronzer. So basically through the centre of the face. If you've seen it like a male grooming video, it's probably where you'd put the bronzer. Using my Revlon Touch and Glow face powder. I especially like it along the cheeks so that I've got a nice smooth base to contour on. And it's kind of strange, I don't use a lot of contour anymore. I prefer highlight over contour almost. I'm just using the same as always. This is the Designer Brands Pro Contour palette, my absolute favourite at the moment. That message was actually just Abby saying I could use her photo for this video. I'm just going to use the warmer one, just a bit more on the hairline. And a smaller brush. Please excuse my knuckles. In the cooler months I tend to get like a dermatitis type thing. It's not fun. Alright, blush time. I've really been liking this one from Milani, and this is Flora Passion. They smell really gross. They're pretty, but they don't smell very nice. Alright, I'm going to do the technique that Nikki Tutorials had in her soft and glowy everyday look, whatever it was called, which is where you spray and while it's still drying you highlight. So yeah, the spray I'm using is, I've shaken it up, There's the Inglot Makeup Fixer. I go a bit crazy on the fixer sometimes. I actually like to use a flat brush for this and then blend in the edges later. Oh, that's glowy. Lashes time, Demi Wispies from Ardell, my absolute favourites. And I'm using this lash glue from Revlon. It's the black one. I notice a lot of people use Duo, and I really don't like Duo. I mean, each their own, but I just don't think it dries as nicely. Because I put so much glue on, I probably have time to do my brows and my lips in the time that took. Alrighty, so, hang on. Just cleaning off this brush again. I've just gone away and done one brow because my brows take forever. This is actually the same brush I was using for my eyeliner, and I reckon with the time that it took me, I reckon my lash glue would be tacky enough. So I'm gonna try and put on my lashes and see how tacky it has gotten. And second brow, I actually had to put some Duraline in it because it was drying out slightly. And I'm just going to put some brow sculpting gel, which looks mank because obviously I've used it so many times, and there's, you know, foundation in it. There's probably, oh, it's disgusting, but that stuff really works really well. Just don't keep it in your kit. Just keep it to yourself. And I don't highlight much, but like, I do highlight. Under my brow bone, I don't really make the effort to highlight, but I do need to clean it up a little bit. And so I'm just using the shade out of the palette that I've been using. Just on the very edge, I don't like a lot of it. The reason I avoid it is because it shows up any strays, and I can't get rid of my strays. Alright, lips. Last bit. Favourite lip liner, this is Spice from MAC. and when I do my top line I like to keep to my natural line. I don't like to go like that like some people do.